Most of my videos are about health and wellness, and I try to give people bite-sized tips on how to be healthier. This video is not that, though. I feel a burden to share with you just a couple things that I believe about what's going on in the world right now. And if any of you suffer from anxiety or you're having some concerns about where the world is headed, you have every right to do so. It is very, very serious times we're living in. And if you were to go online right now and just research the areas of our economy that are in recession, you'd be surprised. These are things that they're not putting on the news, and they're keeping it under wraps. But just the other day, we were at Trader Joe's, and they said they're now stocking only one day worth of food on the shelves. So trucks are coming every day. However, trucking and consumer goods is one of the major areas in our economy that's in recession. So I don't have a lot of answers, but I do know that the writing is on the wall, so to speak, that things are about to get very tough for you and I. And a couple things that I think are very important for you to consider is getting your family into a more rural location. President Trump was very clear about the fact that he's sending not just National Guard, but any troops he deems necessary into major cities. So he's preparing for something to happen in the cities. And he's also arranged things so that he can snatch anybody he needs to off the street without trial and hold them indefinitely because of all the immigration stuff that's been going on with ICE. So there's also the healthcare crisis that I talk about often, different platforms. Also something you don't really hear about often, know about much, but a lot of nurses are leaving the system. A lot of failure in the system financially. Medicare cuts and increasing premiums are destabilizing the healthcare system. And so you may not have that to rely on for very long. And my belief in the Bible and in the book of Revelation and Daniel, there are prophecies that have shown that the times we're living in are very serious and that there's coming legislation that will make our ability to freely worship and freely just move about the country is going to be limited. And you see that sign already. TSA, flights being canceled. This holiday season may be very, very difficult travel for people. And these are all pieces of the puzzle. So I just want you to take some time, reflect, pray, and start thinking about what are some ways that you can get your family into a safe place. What are some ways that you can prepare your family for worst case scenarios? And but don't be anxious. Don't be afraid. This all must come to pass. These are things that have been predicted ever since the Bible was written. And so that, for me, is a huge comfort, knowing that, yes, it's scary times, but I have a God that is bigger than the scary times, and he's in control. He's seen all these things happening before they happen, which means he has a plan to get you and I through it. So I hope this is a word of encouragement and a word of warning that it's not business as usual anymore, and we need to wake up, and we need to make serious moves to get ourselves and our families ready for what's coming.